boys, and welcome back to another Bleach Break. So today we got a banner tier list. You know, before you see the day we have peaked, it's never going to get better than this for a tier list video. So, you know, as you already know, we've done 1000 Year Blood War tier list, we've done Coffee Auto Mode, we've done PvP, we've done Husbando, waifu, everything, and the last thing to tackle was the banner tier list. So I'm going to rank these based on the hype they were when they came out, and also the characters that are in that, and how long the characters were part of the quote-unquote meta top 10. Because some banners fell off, some characters got released and fell off straight away, while some characters are 2 years old and are still top 5 in their characters. That's how I'm basically going to rank it. Normally, I do have a picture in mind of where I'm going to rank these banners or characters. This one, however, I have no idea, so we're just going to wing it. So first, we got to change the tiers. No idea how I'm going to do it, so let's just change this one to GOAT. It's a GOAT banner, right? This one, bottom tier, we're going to put to sleep, because we're not even touching that. This one, we're going to put might do a single. Right, that one there. For B tier, good banner, but I'd rather save. This one here, what are we going to this one? Great to summon on. Maybe that one. We're going to change GOAT to must summon. Alright, here we go. So let's start. Alright, starting off the list, we have Ginrie's banner. So Ginrie, Koga, and Byakuya. We're going to put that in great to summon on because it was a good banner, honestly. All three characters are great. Koga, you know, top 3 in mind. Ginrie, a solid PvE flurry character. And Byakuya he's a good character. He has no affiliation killer, so not really the best. But you know what? No affiliation characters are coming out more often now in IZ and stuff, so not bad. I'm going to put it here because if you did summon on it and you did pull the characters, you benefited from it greatly. I myself, I didn't pull, but the hype is there personally for me because, one, young Byakuya opened up the door, so maybe we can get new kid characters, you know, young Kampachi, stuff like that. Young Kid Gin, Kid Ranghu, something like that. Ginrei was the first time he appeared in any Bleach game, I believe, so that's cool. That was hype. And yeah, that's it for that. Let's move on to the next one, which is Rangaku, Omaida, and Momo. I'm going to put it here because on release, I think if you were a fan of the characters, you were hyped. Personally, I wasn't. That was the easiest skip in my life. Omaida, don't want that. Momo, don't want that. And Rangaku didn't want that. However, over time, I've now realized the value in that banner because, one, Rangaku was a Vortex character. She's pretty good. I don't think when she dropped, she was that important in Guild Quest. But now she is. She's like a top 2 Vortex character. Pretty cool. Momo, decent, right? She's a decent team healer. Alright, I have her. Rather not use her. And Omaida, also pretty good, right? He's a Crystal Link. There you go. It was a decent banner. Next one up is Kaien, Yumichika, and Renji. I'm going to do this one. Might do a single because, I don't know. I'm going to have to put it here. I'm sorry, lads. I didn't even know these characters dropped. When they came out, I literally didn't even care. Didn't look at their gameplay. And over time, Yumichika's still trash. Kaien's a bit meh. And Renji's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Renji's pretty good. But even then, you know, it was a sleep. I slept on it. And I didn't miss out on anything. I got 2 out of the 3 banner characters. So I benefited from not pulling. We're actually going to change the top tier because most of these banners are great to summon on, right? Or must summons. But this one is just the god tier hype. So there you go. That's that. Yamamoto, we're going to put into this tier. So Yamamoto, who else was it? Purple Kaname and Red Mayuri. I'm going to put on great to summon on because Mayuri, a decently good character. If you did have him, he was pretty good. He is a 20 DR link. Yamamoto, top tier PvP character for the longest of times. Still top tier to this day. And who else? It was Kaname. Kaname was like one of the best purples when he dropped. So a good banner to pull on. And that's why it's in the second highest tier. Gin's banner, I'm going to put into this tier. Now, I know Gin was great when he dropped. And I'm not denying that. But the other 2 characters, I can't even remember who the other 2 were. I know, I can see right in the corner there that Retsu was in it. But the 3rd character, no idea. I think it was Mind Jujiro. And, yeah, they were like, alright, decent. Alright, so we're actually going to change this one again, because I don't think this one makes sense. We're going to just call it meh. because this one I'm saying I'd rather say, but in the bottom one I'm saying I'd do a single. Don't think it made sense. So here we go. Next one is Nemus, Yachiru, and Nanao. This was the first time all three of them came into the game, like in-game model and stuff, so it was pretty hype banner. But I'm going to put it into meh, because all three characters were decent. I mean, funny enough, Blue Kampachi was out at the time. So seeing Yachiru as a blue Nad character without Flurry was kind of meh, disappointing. But it was still cool how she was like pretty similar to her captain. But personally for me, I spent like 2k orbs to get Nemu, and yeah, I didn't really benefit from it. It wasn't really that good of a thing. I kind of wasted orbs putting on that banner, and it was a 3% banner. So personally, it was I think a skip for most people. Next up, funny enough, again, we're putting this into sleep tier. Fun enough, both of them are actually Cayenne, so nothing wrong with Cayenne. But yeah, this one was the purple Cayenne, and I think Rose was in it. Past Rose, or maybe past Love, maybe. I think Sleep banner. It was nothing that good. Alright, next up we have Isane, Iba, and Izuru. I'm gonna put into meta here. Izuru is a decent character at launch. He was a 25 Nad link. Iba had the highest stamina, still like almost does. I think someone just overtook him recently. I think it was so fun. And Isani was also nice to have, but yeah, they were. I didn't even pull on that banner. Actually, I think I just skipped that. And they also did come back a lot, so maybe it was just beneficial to not even pull on that banner. But again, I'm gonna put it into meta here because these were the first time these characters even came to the game. The first time their models were in the game, so it was pretty cool seeing them as 5 stars. Next up, you know this is going in God tier hype. This was the first anniversary step up. This was the first time 6-star characters got introduced. Gin, a fan favorite. Soifon, Bankai Soifon. You know, Tom Barry was hyped for that. I was also hyped for that. And who else was it? Shinji. So 3 popular characters in a step up for the first time with 15% rates on the last step. It was God tier hype. A 50 multi every day. It was crazy. Everyone benefited from pulling on this banner. Back then, not everyone had a lot of 5 stars. So this banner having so many, because the pool was diluted with a lot of 5 stars, like maybe 20 fillers or so. But with 15% rates, 50 orbs for a 6% multi, it was by far like one of the best banners to date in the game. Next up, this is again, I'm gonna put this in this one because again, you might not see it. It kind of looks like the premium summon, but it is again the step up. This one was the part 1 to the step up. So if you don't know, there was also 2 parts. Back then, this one also had OG characters, but Grimmjow was there. Still, like, at the time, he was still like a great character in PvP. But step 1 had the better characters. So obviously, part 2 had, part 1 had the better characters. Part 2 had the, new characters, right? But part 1 had, Vassal Ichigo, Segunda Atepa Okiura, stuff like that. Like, the newer characters that were more hype. So, this ain't in order, by the way, in tiers. So if just because this one is higher doesn't mean it's actually more hype than this one, even though it probably was. But yeah, decent banner. Step up again, 15% rates, good characters for a beginner like most people, because we were only like 6 months into the game. We didn't have a lot of characters to use, so this was a blessing for most players. Next up, again, another step up banner. I'm putting it into the meta. This was Global's first anniversary. It was disappointing to say the least, right? This was the first time we had, Global's anniversary, and they decreased the rate from 15% to 10%. So that was a bit disappointing, and I think it was also 100 orbs for the first step. They did nerf the step ups quite a lot, and it wasn't really the best characters. We had Tag Team Soifon, who was great, best Mind Nad character at the time, I believe. Rank Q first 5-star core, and I can't remember the other character, but Sergeant. It was Sergeant. It was a pretty meh banner, honestly, despite it being a step up. There was really, the only hype was that it was a step up. The characters didn't really hold, in my opinion. Next up, again, another step up banner going into the God tier hype, even though this was the time it was called step down summons. Second anniversary character, the first original character in game. You can't, pass by that. That was some God tier hype. And then again, Fullbring Ichigo was in this banner, Grimmjow was in this banner, all top tier characters. I benefited greatly from pulling on this banner. I was like everyone was complaining about how they got shafted, and I'm just here like, yo, I just pulled Fullbring Ichigo, I just pulled Grimmjow, I just pulled Tsukishima, I just pulled second anniversary Ichigo, stuff like that. So it was a good banner. Again, continuing with the step ups, we have another banner. This one was past Tensor, White Ichigo, I believe, and Yoruichi. So this banner right here for Global was delayed by like 2 months or a month. It was supposed to come out a month earlier, but they delayed it because we had swimsuits, I believe, and then Global got this for their anniversary, and then JP got a different banner. This banner was personally hype for me because one, Yoruichi's a waifu, and this Yoruichi was really good, long stride. She was breezing through the map. Tensa was a great character, especially for people that didn't have Fullbring Ichigo, and then White Ichigo was also a requested character that we thought we never get. Personally, these three, I remember, I'm speaking fast by the way, but I'm trying to get through this quick because we have 99 banners to go through. Back then, there was always a list on Reddit and stuff like that for characters that we'd want to get, but probably think we wouldn't because they skipped past it in the story. But no, they went back and actually did these three characters, so it was pretty hype in my opinion. Next up, we have Anniversary Ulquiorra, Anniversary, Step Up Summon, going in the God to hype. Now, this banner was hype when everyone knew 1,000 Year Blood War Round 4 was coming out next week and people still summoned. So that just shows something, right? But yeah, an original character, Ulquiorra's hype as it is, right? But just seeing that in his form, it's pretty cool. And it was kind of the start of the Kampachi world stuff. Not necessarily, but his design is clearly based off the others, or the others are based off of him. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Good banner. I didn't pull much, so I'm not really biased because I skipped this banner, but it was still a hype tier banner, and I kind of regret summoning because I kind of want that Ulquiorra. I still don't have him. Next up, we have the 4th anniversary Step Up Summon with Mugetsu and Valentine Ichigo. Now, again, it's a step up. That's the main reason why it's up here. But fillers were great. 2 banner characters, compared to this one, the 2nd anniversary and 3rd anniversary, where there's only 1 character. This one had 2 characters, so your rate of getting one of them was higher. Double basically. Instead of 0.5, it was 1%. That was cool. And again, long-awaited Mugetsu and Full Hollow remake. It was pretty hype. And I can't necessarily remember the fillers, but I'm pretty sure they were pretty good. The Academy banner, sleep. This was actually the first mid-month, but I don't think most people poured on it. Cacao Society is going to go into this tier. Maybe this tier. I'm conflicted because this was actually the first banner where they actually tried to do something different. Instead of just a normal Valentine's banner, we got a, it was technically Valentine's themed, but it was in different, universe, right? Pretty cool. I like it, but I'm going to leave it here because it was pretty cool. This banner had Yoruichi, Honeybell, and Nanao. Nanao was a great healer at the time, decently good in PvP, kinda. Yoruichi was, top tier for a bit. She was like one of the better blue characters, and Honeybell was pretty hype, but I think she fell off, and the only thing she's good for now is gaining Vortex, or gaining combo in Guild Quest. Going again, we have next year's Cacao Society summon. I'm going to put that higher because this had better characters. Riruka, being a human with Senkomon, is kind of good to have her. Momo, great character, I'd say top 3 in speed. Maybe top 5? No, yeah, definitely top 3. Best mind Aranka killer in the game. Best speed Aranka killer in the game without a doubt. And then the other character was... The other character was Soifon, and she's actually still pretty good. So that's why that is in that banner. This one... White Day is up next, and I'm going to put both of them into here. Main reason is because, looking back, I have Tsukishima, and that's about it, and I don't really need them. I don't think it's even that good to have them. They're decent characters. I don't think any of them broke the game. They're just good to have, so that's why I'm going to put them there. And, I mean, it's a male seasonal banner. I'm personally never really hyped for these, but... people were hyped because we were finally seeing seasonal characters, other characters that never get them, like Tsukishima, Stark, Gin. Technically, I was like one of his first ones. White Day Ichigo, that was pretty cool. The character designs were cool, and the characters they picked were cool. It's just personally, for me, don't really care. Hikone's banner, it's going in God tier hype. The first novel banner in the game. What can I say? Hikone, great OP character as well, and it was also cool to see a novel character and a character that quote-unquote doesn't have a voice actor. That was always a reason why people think characters can't come into the game. Kayla proved us wrong and dropped Hikone. Nelio, Grimmjow, popular spiders, got their Kampachi Award versions and they look cool. And 2 out of 3 banner characters are top tier. Grimmjow's not really the best, but Nelio, best probably most fun character to play in the game, honestly. One of the best ones, one of the most fun characters to play, honestly. And then Hikone, best main character in the game. Moving on, we ain't slowing down. We have part 2, which again, God tier hype. I'm gonna be biased to limited time banners because that's what I always save for. But yeah, Noitora. This came really quick. I thought there'd be like another month break, but no, it was only like 2 months. This one had Noitora, Yami, and Zamari. Now Noitora broke PvP. Definitely worth summoning on just because of that. Fun character, obviously popular character as well. Yami, we never thought we'd see a good Yami. Here we go. We got the 1000 Year Blood War version. Yami, not everyone thought we'd get a good Yami, but here we go with the Can't Feel Your Mode version, and he's great, honestly. A PvE killer and a flurry character, so that was the first of its kind. Pretty cool. And then we had Zamari, who was a bit disappointing when we saw gameplay. Skill-wise, he looked great, and he's still meh. He's still trash, but in Guild Quest, at least he has his use, right? So that was cool. Can't Feel Your Own World Round 3 is going to go into this tier. Now, you know it was going there. Aaroniero was in it. Your boy was hyped. You know, we finally got a good one. And it also came with Stark. He was really good. And it also came with Zanpakuto. He was really good. Like, 3 great characters, honestly. We are now at a time, we've long passed it since, where most characters nowadays, all 3 banner characters are good. Back in the day, you would realize where 2 of them were good, and there would always be like a hybrid character that was always trash, but it was nice to see 3 really OP characters, in my opinion. Like Stark's top 3 in his attribute, Zanpakuto top 5, and Aaroniero top 3, top 5, depending on how you look at his character. So, great banner, and that is why that is in God tier hype. Coming up next, we have Stark's banner with Honeybell and Yamamoto. Now, I personally got shafted in this banner, but I want to put it here, but I also want to put it here, because this is a great banner, honestly. Hype, right? Everyone was waiting for Stark. Everyone was waiting for Honeybell. They came out. They were great. Especially Stark. Yes, he got shafted for a 6-star. But when 5 stars were a thing, he was by far like one of the most fun characters to use. He was shooting guns. So I'm going to put it here. And Yamamoto was pretty good. So well, no, that's it for there. Next up, we have the Decisive Battle. You know it's already going here. Now, I don't even know if it even deserves to be in this tier. Yeah, I'm going to add an extra tier. I don't know what to call it. So for right now, we're just going to call it GOAT. Best of the best. I'll just call it that. So we're gonna put here. Actually, wait, let's do this. Omega God. We're doing some Borderlands naming right here. So we go. This one right here is, good lord, was it crazy? Now, many people, if you were playing back then, Global was a month behind. Everyone summoned. This was by far like one of the most hyped times to play, the game, because everyone was waiting for these characters. They came out, and they were like also like the start of a new meta. Like these 2 were like the must-haves. Aaroniero was like the best side character. He had a way better kit than any other side character previously, or star character. And then the GOAT, Full Hollow Ichigo, also had like the best Nad kit in the game. It was such a great banner to pull on. Everyone was pulling, and no one skipped this banner. If you didn't get these 2, you were re-rolling. So that is why it's in that tier. Espadas vs Captains, I'm going to put into God tier hype, because you might not think about it now, but back then, this was like the first like double chance. It wasn't the first double chance banner, but it was like, you know, that first one for Global was New Year's banner with Orihime, Byakuya, and Kaien. But it was like the first main, like the start of the end of month banners. So this was hype to pull on, right? We had Neliel, we had Noitora, we had Zanpakuto, we had Kampachi, and we had Mayuri. 5 banner characters. Really good to pull on. Somehow I managed to only pull one of them with like 2k orbs. Neliel, a great character. Noitora was great. Zanpakuto was the best PvP character in the game. Kampachi wasn't so great, and neither was Mayuri. Fun enough, but Kampachi did get, you know, his time to shine when he got his 6-star. But yeah, this was actually a great banner to pull on. Everyone pulled on. I think a lot of people re-rolled on this banner because the game was still new back then. I should have, honestly, but I didn't. Don't know why I didn't do that. I just got Aizen and called it a day, honestly. But yeah, this is actually one of the time when this banner actually dropped. This is actually when I finished the anime. I caught up, because I remember watching the Grimmjow first Ichigo fight, finishing the anime, and then doing a YOLO multi and getting a 2-in-1. It was Sergeant and White Ichigo, and I was screaming. But yeah, great banner. Moving on to the anime filler. Meh. Honestly, if you didn't really care about these characters, it's actually, I'll put it in sleep, honestly. All 4 characters were great, decently good, but I think it came out right after Decisive Battle, or right before. So, no, I think it was right after. So I don't think much people summoned on it, and again, unless you watched the filler, then you didn't really care for these characters. I didn't even know who they were, so that's why it's in the sleep tier. 2017 Halloween is going to go into great to summon on, because it was a good banner, honestly. Soifon, Yoruichi, and Bride Orihime. 3 great characters. I personally pulled and I got Yoruichi. Most people, stan Yoruichi. Most people's waifus are Yoruichi, so most people did summon, and it was a good banner to pull on. I think it was right after a 1,000-year blood war, actually, so I don't think much people had a lot of orbs, but yeah, it was great to pull on. Unfortunately, KLI didn't put them as character packs this year, so that's a wasted opportunity, honestly. And next up, we have the next year version, and it was just great to summon on 3 great characters, 3 somewhat hype characters, and I didn't really pull, but I think a lot of people did, and mainly for their waifus. And we also had Yatsu. I think that was our first seasonal version, so that was pretty cool. And then 2019 version, we have Lilynet, Grimmjow, and Gin. Again, great to summon on. All 3 characters are great. Grimmjow is top 5 red, I believe. Lilynet is top 10 blue, maybe top 5 blue. I don't know, depending on how you rank flurry characters, if they're higher or lower. And then Gin is also a great character too, so great summon on. This one, meh. This banner right here was the first time they came to Global, I believe, or the re-release when they came 6 stars. Not really that good. It was a 3% banner with like 6 characters. It was a meh banner, honestly. And they obviously, even then, when they did come to Global, most people just pulled to just have them. Everyone knew they were trash, so they never really had the time to shine. But it was seasonal, so that's why it's higher than Sleep tier. Next up, we have the Honeybell Fraction banner. I'm going to say good banner, but I'd rather say it was a 3% banner, but it was nice to see all 3 of Honeybell's Fraction come to the game. I liked it. I was a fan, and I also liked how they, like, all 3 of them are similar, right? One's red, one's blue, one's green. All their specials are different or the same. It starts off with all 3 of them together, and then they do Ion, and then Ion does a different attack depending on which one uses their specials. It was pretty cool. I liked it. But, yeah, it was a 3% banner. It's a skip for me. Stark's banner. So Stark and Aaroniero and Honeybell. Stark was the best Nat character at the time when he came out, or one of the better ones, without Flurry. Aaroniero was like one of the better mine characters in the game. Honeybell was trash. But the thing is about this banner, if you don't know, is when this came right after the 2nd anniversary, when K-Lab started to fix the global schedule, right? So global was always a month behind. When they dropped, we got them like 2 weeks after the end of month. So we got them halfway through the month, and it wasn't the mid-month because we did get the mid-month too. So we got like a bunch of banners back to back because K-Lab were just forcing banners down our throats so we could catch up to JP. So this one came out way earlier than it was supposed to, and it was pretty hype. I paused on it. JP got it for their anniversary, so that was that. But I personally spent 2k orbs and got all 3 of the banner characters twice, so it was pretty cool. Now, this one, I'm going to have to put meh, honestly. Yes, Aarioniero's in it. You can't even see him in the picture, but I think for most people, it was like a skip. Everyone wanted... I think a lot of people wanted Aaroniero and Zamari to be in the game because they were the missing Espadas, and it was cool to have them, but I don't think most people did pull because it was a 3% banner, and, Carnum, it was also kind of meh as well, so it was a decent banner. It was cool, but my bias, I would like to put it higher, and I did. To be fair, I did a couple summons that didn't get anything, so 3% banners ain't my thing, so that's why it's this low. Next up is Scar Mask, the Hoikomundo summons. I'm going to put it into good banner, but I'd rather say 3 characters are all great. Loopy's great, top 10, I'd say. Neliel, top 10 as well. And Tesla, also top 10 in there. Maybe not top 10, I don't know about Tesla, but all 3 characters are usable. They're great, but 3% banner, I skipped it without even a second thought, and I pulled all 3 of them. So it was cool. It was nice to see a Neliel remake, but people want to see her in, not her centaur form. Unleash the Beast is going to go on to great to summon on. I'm going to put it there, because when it actually did come out, this was actually a really good panel to pull on. Noitora finally got his 6 arms. The last one had 4. He got Flurry. He got the justice that he deserved as a 6-star source, so it was great. Grimmjow was a great mind character with a Vortex as well. He was pretty good, 20 DR. He was good to have. Everyone was hyped for it. And then Yami was also, I think, the last character to get added, unless this one came first before Aarioniero's ban. I can't remember, but Yami also had a charge strong attack, so it was something new to the game. I think that's pretty cool. It was actually kind of a hype banner to pull on. I think I skipped it, honestly. I can't remember pulling on this banner. I don't know, but I've ended up pulling all 3, so it doesn't matter. Next up, we have Baragon's remake. I'm going to put it onto good banner, but I'd rather save. I did a multi on this banner. One of the only times where I do just one multi on a 3% banner and actually get what I want, which was Zylopoda. Zylopoda was a boost character that also healed. I think still the only one to this date, funny enough. Good character to have. I personally don't like his kit anymore. Baragon, a really good mine character, and till this day, still a great mine character. And then the other one was... And the other one was Wonder Ice. So that was just the first time he came to the game. So it was pretty cool. It was nice to see some new models into the game from time to time. Now we have the other banner, the one that came out recently. I'm going to put it on Great to Summon on. Mainly because White Ichigo was in the banner. Not everyone could beat floor 20 at the time. You know, that was still the meme, floor 20. I think floor 20 has died down a bit as a joke because I think most people can beat it now. I apologize if you can't. But this banner was good to put on because, one, if you didn't have Aizen, then you could use White Ichigo to beat it. Tensor was also very cool. A lot of people still like Tensor. And who was the other one? I forgot. Ishin, right? So it was a nice themed banner with like Ichigo, White Ichigo, Ishin, and Tensor. So I think people pulled on this. It was a 3% banner. I personally skipped it. But yeah, decently good banner. Next up, we have the Climatic Battle. Now again, God tier Omega hype. Yes, these banners were hype, but these banners right here, and maybe it's just nostalgia speaking, but again, this started a lot of people's career, right? Everyone either rerolled for these characters or started. I believe Spite started playing the game when Mugetsu dropped, or Dangai Ichigo dropped. I believe Tor also started doing YouTube when Dangai Ichigo dropped, so it was just a good time to be playing the game. Six stars were still newly released. These all three characters were just great. Dangai Ichigo was like the best character in the game, without a doubt. Baragon was a cancerous character in PvP, and Aizen had 20% stamina recovery. Next up, we have the other Aizen banner, which I'm going to put on to... Now, I'm going to put it here. Now, you might... Don't roast me, but it's funny enough, I kind of regret making this video. When this banner dropped, I said, do not pull on this banner. It's not worth it. Save your ores. Because this was like right up before the anniversary was coming out with 1,000 Year Blood War Round 4, I believe. And that's why I skipped it. I now have everyone in the banner, so I don't regret skipping it. But obviously, over time, you wanted Aizen. If you didn't have Aizen, you were kind of screwed. So people that did pull on this banner benefited greatly from it. Because you were able to beat floor 20 if you even got to it. Shinji's still a decently good character. I don't personally like his kit, but he is usable. He is good. And Shinsui's just alright. So maybe just for this, I'm gonna put it here. Just because Aizen, like people that did pull Aizen benefited greatly from it. And Aizen's still a great character. I myself, spoiler alert, have max transcended him. I've been playing Extreme Carp with him, and I can't even die. I'm actually trying to die in Extreme Carp, and I can't. Like, I get hit, I want to die so I can revive at full HP to have my Senkai Aizen link, and I can't. Like, I just can't die. No one's killing me. So, Aizen's great. Coming up next, we have another Aizen banner, actually. So this one was Tech Aizen, White Zangetsu, and Ishin. Now, again, great to summon on, personally, because one, White Zangetsu was a great NAD character. To this day, he's still a great NAD character. He's fallen off a bit because characters are just doing more damage. But, yo, if you got dupes into him and you invest him in the dupe system, I don't blame you. He's so good to use. Ishin, he's a NAD character too, but I don't think he's as good as Tensor, or even survived as long as Tensor did. And... Oh, I'm saying Tensor, but I mean Zangetsu. And then we had Tech Aizen, who, again, top 3 tech. So, good banner to pull on, honestly. Not bad. Next up, we have... now, this is going to go into the sleep tier. Now, the main reason why I'm putting this here... It had Green Yamamoto, who was meh. It had the first DR Link, which is Purple Ishin. And we had Blue Senkei Byakuya. Now, the only one usable to this day is Senkei Byakuya because he's a 50-hit Vortex. But, you know, I don't expect him to be usable because they're like 3 years old. But the main reason I'm putting this in the sleep banner is because, as you know, Global was always a month behind. So when this banner dropped for Global, we got news of the Decisive Battle with Ichigo and Okura. So, obviously, who in their right mind, besides Tom Berry, would pull on this banner? Right? I skipped it, didn't even do a single, I didn't even look at the gameplay. I didn't care about these characters because your boy Ichigo and Okura were coming out the following month. So that's why that banner is in the sleep tier. Next up, we have this banner here. Again, I'm putting sleep. I personally don't like it. Mainly because I don't like these characters anymore. Maybe that's why I can't even remember this banner coming out. It was Kisuke. I think that was his first 5-star, right? No, it was second 5-star because we had the past one already. So it was Kisuke, Shop Kisuke. It was Red Shinji and someone else who I can't even remember, that I don't even bother remembering. So it was decent. So no, it was a sleep banner actually. What am I saying? Yeah, that's why that's there. Kukaku, I believe his name. I'm gonna put here. So I'm actually gonna put Boom. You're gonna go there. You're gonna go there. and you're gonna go there. Now, the reason why I'm putting all 4 movie characters in this tier is because the way they released them. If you don't know, every time a 1,000 Year Blood War banner dropped, I think the following mid-month would be the movie banners. Now, personally for me, I would always go all out on 1,000 Year Blood War banners, so I would never have orbs to pull a movie character or to even think about pulling for them, right? And that's why to this day I have no movie characters. Now that's just me. Personally, I didn't think these movie banners were that hyped. I think they should just be premium characters now. Kusaka was a quote-unquote Retsu killer, didn't even last long. The switch mechanic with Yin and Yang was pretty cool. Tosho was pretty cool. Dark Rukia was hype, but she didn't really live up to the hype. Who else was in her banner? The other Switch characters. It'd be nice if we actually got more Switch characters outside of movie characters, but, it's fine. Hellverse, again, the only one that actually lived up to the hype was Kusaka. He's actually, the only good banner character from... He's the only good character from this banner and from movie characters. And then the first movie banner had Senna. She was pretty hype. Ichigo's still good, so Ichigo and Kusaka are, the only good characters from the movies. So I don't have any of them, and I'm perfectly fine not having any of them. So yeah, that was a skip for me. Now this banner here is going to go here. Now the reason why this is so high is because, again, it was the first double chance banner on Global. And if you guys didn't know, Grimmjow, I think I already said it before, Grimmjow was the best PvP character in the game. He reigned supreme for the longest of times. And the only counter to him were green characters. And more specifically, it was this Byakuya here. If you had this Byakuya and you had Grimmjow, you had an unstoppable PvP team. And again, it was the game was only up for a few, I think maybe 2 weeks or so when this banner dropped. And it was a × 2 banner, double chance banner. So, of course, everyone was rerolling for Byakuya. I personally didn't. I don't know why I didn't. But, I'm perfectly fine. I still don't have him, actually. That's funny. Kain was also in the banner. He was alright. And Orihime was a waifu, right? Everyone wanted a season Orihime. So this banner was actually pretty good to pull on for beginners. Obviously now, these characters in this banner have nothing, can't even contest with the other characters in this tier. But it was just the way that, the release of the banner, which is why I put it here. So that's that tier. Alright, coming up next we have Queen's Ichigo's banner. Now, I want to put it here because it was a step up, but personally for me, I'm going to put it here. Again, personally for me, I didn't think this banner was that hype because this Ichigo was kind of meh. He was kind of a bit disappointing, honestly. I thought he'd be really good. It's just mainly because of his kit. Now, I do want him. I still don't have him. I did summon on this banner to get him because I did want him, but personally for me, I just don't know. I just don't think it lived up to the hype of these banners that, the hype they had, personally for me. So I'm going to put that there. This is probably one of the only ones that people would roast me on, but here we go. Moving on, we also have the New Year's banner, which would go here. Because, again, this dropped the same day this banner dropped. So it was either pull for this 3% banner, or pull for the step up banner. Obviously, I'm going to pull on the step up banner. So there you go, that's why that banner is here. Because it was a good banner. 3 decently good characters. I have 2 out of the 3, even though I didn't even pull on it. And, because I got them from the step ups. But yeah, I'd rather save. I didn't really need to pull for them. And you still don't need any of them. Now we actually do have this one. Again, I have it double, so I'm going to put this one and move this one out. This is the wrong one, because this ain't the double chance banner. So let's put that right at the bottom. Alright. Now going back to the Valentine's banner. I'm going to put here. Good banner, but I'd rather save. Personally, when this banner dropped, you can see right there it says new. Basically, they were advertising new voices because this was the first seasonal banner that Global got. So it was pretty cool. And this is actually the first time a boost got introduced, believe it or not. So it was pretty cool. Again, it was a 3% banner. Unfortunately, I spent 500 orbs and didn't get anything. And I was severely disappointed. Obviously, now, if I spend 500 orbs on a 3% banner, I don't even expect anything. But my expectations back then was, if I'm doing 2 multis, I want to at least get 1 5-star. So it was a decently good banner to put on. These characters were great. Actually, Yachtu was actually one of the best NAD characters in the game for the longest of time, so it wasn't a bad banner to pull on, honestly. Neliel, Zyopro and Noitora is going to go in here. This banner was pretty cool, but I don't think there was much hype for it. I don't know. I can't really remember much about this banner. I have 2 out of the 3, and I didn't even pull for them. Funny enough, I pulled them on the Aizen banner that came a year later. But yeah, honestly, I think it was nice to have. It was cool to have new Parasol characters, but it just personally wasn't there for me, honestly. Again, the same for this one. I don't put this one great to summon on. Honeybell's a great character, Sun's a great character, and so was Aizen. So, and they also did have a unique twirl when they sidestep, or flash step, so it was pretty cool, honestly. And I think that deserves to great to summon on tier. Next up, we have the OG Parasol banner. Now, I'm going to put this in great to summon on because despite it being 4 characters in a 3% banner, and actually, this banner right here having better characters, when these characters came out, and the main reason why it's so high is because of Parasol and Nanao. Now, Nanao was like by far one of the best characters in the game when she released. She was a team healer, recharge, good strong attacks, can actually put up some good damage. She was great. Everyone wanted Nanao in your co-op lobbies, especially in extreme co-op for speed only. If you didn't have Nanao, you weren't starting the room. So it was a good time, especially not a good time to pull, but it was a good banner to pull on if you did get Nanao. So that's why that one's so high. Next up, we have the past Yushiro, Shunsui, and Yoruichi banner. All 3 great characters to this day, still top tier. I pulled just for Yoruichi and got home my first multi, so I was blessed. But yeah, that's pretty much it. 3 great characters. 3. This actually came out after, I think, 1,000 Year Blood War around 4. So not everyone had orbs, I believe. Maybe it came before, I can't really remember. But it came right after the anniversary, I believe. So it was a cool banner to pull on. But it was mainly just a filler banner, honestly. I don't blame you if you did skip it. Next up, we have past Lisa, Hiyori, and Mashiro. Good banner. Rather save. Mashiro was an infinite boost character, great. Lisa was a great character. Hiyori's trash. To this day, still trash. Nowadays, you don't really see them be used much. Lisa's probably the only one that people actually use more often than not. But yeah, it was just decent to pull on. I skipped it and pulled all 3 of them. So again, I benefited from not pulling. Funny enough, like most banners. We got another past banner. We're actually on the past banners right now. This one, I'm gonna put meh, honestly. Retsu, I have her. She's not really she's not fun to use, I'll be honest. Shinji's pretty fun to use. He's cool. And I believe it was the blue Kisuke with the coat. They're just decent, honestly. They're good. But I don't think the hype was there, honestly, in my opinion. Especially for me that these characters, I like them, but they're not like my fan favorites. And next up, we have the past summons. The first double chance past summons. Now, I want to put it here. Because this is the first time a new Yoruichi came out, the first time a new Kisuke came out. I think the first 5-star Kisuke, probably? I think it was. And it had Tessai. 3 great characters. Back in the day, these were like, you just had to pull for these characters. But like I said, like most banners, OG banners, like, the Espada one up here. Back in the day, you had to pull for these characters because you didn't have a lot of characters. So any double chance banner was a must summon for you. And this was, had fan favorites. It was just a great banner to pull on. I pulled on it, didn't get anything, and that's why I kind of stopped playing until Vastalord or Full Hollow Ichigo came out. Premium summons, I put this in just for the memes, but I'm gonna put it onto the meh tier. Oh, the meh, because it's not, you don't summon on this banner, but I don't know. Everyone did summon on this banner. Back in the day, I spent God knows how many orbs I spent on this banner, wanting to get a character. It was just what you did back in the day. So I'm just gonna put it in the meh tier because 3% for a 5-star back in the day was the normal. It was the lowest possible, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just putting it into the meh tier because it's previous summon. There we go. Moving on. So this time we have the Spirit Society. I'm gonna put both of them on great to summon on. More so this one because this one has better characters, like really good characters. All 3 of them are great. This one not so much, but it was also the first time they did a new banner, and that's what I think is pretty cool. So that's why these 2 are in great to summon on. Coming up, we have the swimsuit banner. Now, I don't know if it's an insult putting it here, but personally for me, okay, Caleb, okay. If you don't know, previously Global got the OG swimsuit characters, but we had to we basically waited 2 years to get these characters right here, and I don't know. It's like these 3 characters were great. Normally, when seasonal characters came out, they weren't really the best characters because they were odes. This is like one of the first times both Global and JP got the same ban at the same time. And look at that. Like, you can't see it now, but Nelio's artwork, you guys know, it is fire, right? Nemu, same with her, and Riruka, like 3 great characters. Riruka was the best mad character in the game. Nelio was the best frenzy character in the game. Nemu was the best support in the game. Like 3 great top tier characters. And they're in swimsuits. So that's why That is so high. I'm ranking it this high. And maybe because I didn't pull any of them. I spent 6k on that banner when they dropped and didn't get any of them. And just right before the anniversary. But still, a lot of people summoned on it. So, yeah, this is by far like one of the best swimsuit banners to date at the time of their release. Because they were just really good, really good. Again, moving on with the swimsuits, I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to put the other one here. And I'm going to put on this one here. So, let's go over it. So, this one here with Honeybell, Soifon, and Orihime. 3 great characters. I mean, Soifon isn't that good anymore. She's a Vortex character for the most part. Honeybell, top 10, I'd say for mines, maybe. This one right here was with Yoruichi, Kukaku, and Orihime. This was when Epic Rays were a thing, so you kind of wanted to pull for them because you needed them. And they were like perfect for that because they were immune to slow, I believe. Or, yeah, I think it was slow. So they were cool. I saw Yoruichi, always hype. That's why I'm pretty much ranking that one high. But the main reason I'm ranking this one lower is because Global had to wait a whole year to get these characters. And we got them split up in 2 different banners at a 3% rate. Not really that good. I wanted to pull I did a multi because I was desperate for some swimsuit characters, but they weren't that good. They were trash. They were, you know, when they came out, everyone knew they were trash, but again, people just wanted to pull for them because they were seasonals. So that's why that is there. Next up, we're almost done. I'm sorry for the video being so long, but you know what? That's how it is. This one right here, let's see. I'm going to put it here. Now, I think it deserves to be like a middle ground between these two because it is like the characters that were there. Like, you know, Toshiro's really, really good. Kampachi's like second best in PvP. I think that warrants them to be higher, but it was I would say it's a must summon on, more so than great to summon on, because these characters were great. I personally didn't even care about these characters, but the last day I did a multi and got 2 Kampachis and 1 Toshiro, fun enough. But yeah, 3 great characters, but I don't know, I just can't remember the hype being there personally. I don't know what it was. Maybe I just didn't really care. Maybe that's why they should be higher, but I don't know. Speaking of Kampachi, we have the Broken Banner. Now, this is going to go into God tier hype because of how good Kampachi was. No character was like him back in the day. So he pretty much set the standard for NAD characters with Flurry or the PvP Flurry meta. So you just had to have him in PvP. He came with Ikaku and Toshiro. Fine enough, again, same with this banner. Like, this was pretty much just the updated banner of this one. But because of how broken Kampachi was, that's why he's higher. Yes, this Kampachi is way better, but we already had like a meta with Retsu and stuff, so it wasn't really a surprise of how good he was, and same with Chad and stuff. So this one right here, like, no one was like Kampachi, so that's why that one is that high. Next up, we have the Fullbring Ichigo banner, which came with Uryu and Kugo. I want to put it in God tier hype. Now, the reason because everyone was waiting for this Ichigo, and he was broken. By far, like, the best character in the game when he dropped. And the main reason I'm including him is because when he did drop, they also released the new accessories that made SP characters meta. Before, it was really hard to build an SP character because you didn't have all these SP options. You know, with NAD characters, you had chappies and stuff like that, and golden chappies, I believe. So, they had that option, but SP characters really did have the survivability. They didn't have the DPS numbers or the damage output that could out-damage a Flurry character more specifically. So, that's why this banner, in combination with the new accessories, I'm going to put in Omega tier hype. Yukio, Sleep. I can't remember. Yukio, Jackie, and Riruka. No, Riruka, I don't know. Yukio, Jackie, and who else? I can't remember. Tsukishima? No. Orihime. Sleep. They meh. Just meh. This Bond Ichigo, I'm going to put in great to summon on. Bond Ichigo was hype. Pretty cool. Uryu was also pretty cool. And the main one was obviously Chad with how broken he was. But again, he was just, I don't know, maybe got to, I don't know. I think I'm going to put it here, great to summon him, because he basically, Chad, if you don't know, Chad basically ruined this Kampachi's career. So no one used this Kampachi anymore because you had Chad. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was that Omega God tier hype or God tier hype. It was hype, but not God tier hype. This one, I'm going to put onto Meh. So this one had Byakuya, Sugashima, and Yukio. Now, the reason why I'm putting into Meta is mainly the same reason as this banner right here. This was 1 month before Fullbring Ichigo. So I don't know what I mean, I did a multi and got 2 Sugashimas, but I don't think much people went all out on this banner unless you really wanted these characters because the big boy banner was coming out the following month. So that's why that one is in the meh tier. This one here, I'm going to put on good banner, but I'd rather save. I did a multi for them. It was alright. Tsukishima was cool. Still good. Kugo, Green Ginjo, is a meme now. I still don't have him, but he was decent at the time. And who else was there? Riruka, and she's kind of trash. So it was a decent banner to pull on, but it was like right after the anniversary, so I don't think much people did something on it. Moving on, we have Sajin Red Cayenne, maybe? No, I don't know who's in this banner. I can't even remember. I'm not even going to bother remembering because it's just a meh banner, honestly. Moving on, we have this one. I'm going to put Great to Summon on. But obviously, character-wise, you know, this is like actually one of the better banners to pull on. Shinji's, you know, was a top 3 mine character a few months ago. Top 5 mine still. Soifun, you know, best green character in the game. Debatable. But I'm pretty sure most people would agree on that. It's either her or Stark. So this banner just outlived itself. You know, these characters are still meta to this day, and that's why it's this high. It should be God tier hype, but when it dropped, I don't think it was that hype, in my opinion. I don't know, but just over time, these characters showed that they were like way better than what they were on release. Personally, I don't know, but yeah, they were great, better than most of these banners here. But just the hype wasn't there personally for me. I don't know. Riruka's banner, and that came with Rukia and Renji, was the first TLA banner. I'm going to put it there. Riruka was great, top tier tech character, probably the best until Fullbring Ichigo came out. Rukia was hype. This was actually the first canon Rukia that we got in the game. And Renji was also got a really good... Actually, I'm going to put it here. Personally. I don't know, because I think all 3 characters were great at the time when they were released. And it was just cool to have, right? We finally got Rukia in the game, a long time waifu everyone was waiting for. We finally got a good Renji, and we finally got a canon Rukia. So that's why it deserves Great to Summon on. The first tag team, so we're getting to the tag team banners now. This banner is going to go again, Great to Summon on. The main reason is that this was also the first tag team banner, and also the first not canon Rukia, but the first 5-star Rukia. And she was really, really good. And the fillers are also really, really good. I have no idea who else came with her, but it didn't matter. We finally got a 5-star Rukia, so I think most people were hyped to pull for that. And it was also cool to finally see tag team characters in the game. And coming up next, we have, again, another tag team banner. Meh. Honestly, didn't really care about this one. This one, Great to Summon on. Now, this banner is really old, but it just shows how good this banner was. Because Ichigo and Renji are still, like, to this day, top 10 in probably in their color, or their attribute, or their category. Ichigo is still really good character to use manually. I don't think I'd ever use him manually, but he's still an option. Renji, you know, still one of the better purple characters in the game. But Ichigo is a Vortex character and probably the best one in the game. So that was something, right? Definitely Great to Summon on. If you did, you benefited, and then you benefited from it if you did pull them. And then there was also Koga, who was a PvP character at the time, decent, but he fell off pretty quick. So it was cool. It was actually a good banner to pull on. Next up, we have the Retsu, Chojuro, and Fing banner. I can't remember. I say Fing. I don't know who the other character was. Just meh. It was a mid-month. Wasn't really that hype in my opinion. The tag team Genrisai. I can't remember much about this one. This one had... I don't even remember. I'm going to be honest. That's why that one's there, I guess. This one here. This would be higher, but it was a mid-month, so I don't really like it. So that's why that's there. We went past the tag team characters quick. I don't really remember this one much. I can't remember who else is in this banner. I think the fat tag team might, right? I don't know. Moving on, we finally go to the manga character banners. Now, let's see. This one, we're going to put into Omega God tier hype. It was the first manga character banner. We have to put it there. Again, fan favorites, Toshiro, Shunsui, Byakuya, and Sajin. 3 out of 4 were all OP, probably the best in their color, the attribute. Obviously, Byakuya wasn't the good one. But it was 4 banner characters. You know, we don't really get that much often. I think the last time we got that was in a double chance banner, at least, was, you know, the Captains vs. Spider, which had 5 characters. So that is why that one's that high. Now, Retsu, Bond Ken, and Yachu is going to go God tier hype. I want to put it Great to Summon on because the banner was trash, but, you know, Retsu carries it, honestly. So the banner, if you don't know, was a step up and had the exact same fillers as the previous step up 6 months ago. So everyone, this is pretty much where the meme started, where everyone said step down summons. So that's why that's in God tier hype. It probably should be higher, but yeah, I don't think it warrants it. Same for this one, God tier hype, and same with this one right here. Yes, there were. Maybe this one deserves to be in here. Yeah, nah, fuck it. This one goes there. So this one here with this Ichigo, Ruka, and Renji, it was cool. It was a manga banner. Everyone was hyped for it, regardless, right? That always warrants a hype banner. But this one here had 4 characters. It had a really good Ichigo. It had Kisuke. It had Yoruichi. It didn't have Aizen. That was surprising. But it also did have Yuha. Now, Yuha wasn't obviously the best character in the game, like everyone was hoping him to be, but it was still a step-up banner with 8% rates, with 4 banner characters, and with Yuha. So I think it warrants the hype. It was like one of the better times, one of the better banners, personally, that I was excited to pull on. Now, we're almost done. Let's keep going. I'm going to put this one here. Now, the main reason is because Yamamoto, we didn't expect him to come to the game when we did. That was hype. Aizen was expected, and he kind of got shafted, and maybe that's why it's not an Omega God tier hype. And Soifon wasn't expected, but she was really good. So I'm going to put this one here. Maybe you could... if Aizen was really good, I think I'd put it here. But because Aizen kind of got shafted, I'm going to put this one into God tier hype. Now, I might get roasted for this one. I don't know. I'm going to put this on Great to Summon on. Now, I don't think it was a bad banner. It wasn't. Mayuri, everyone wanted him. Nemu, everyone wanted her. And Toshira, Zombie Toshira, but I don't know. Personally for me, just for a preface, right? Personally for me, let's just get this out of the way. When this banner dropped, I had 1k orbs. So personally for me, I could only be so hype for a banner where I'm not expecting anything. With these other 1000 Blood War banners, I had like 3k orbs. I was expecting to at least get one of them, right? With this banner right here, 1000 Blood War round 6, I didn't have 3,000 orbs. I had 1k, and I wasn't expecting anything, and I did get lucky. I pulled 3 Nemus and 1 Mayuri, right, and like 2k orbs. So, I don't know. I'm going to put this here because I don't think there was hype for this banner. As much so as the other previous 1000-year Blood War banners. I don't know. Maybe it was too soon. I don't know what it is. Let's move on. We have the Valentine's characters, which we already did. So move that one to the back. So this one is the Visored Capricio, whatever that one is. Great to summon on. Hiyori. Great Nad character. I'm glad I got her. Lisa, decently good holo character. And Hachigun has proven many times that I hate that I don't have him because he's really good in Guild Quest when he's a bonus. So, pretty good. This one is good banner, but I'd rather save. It was a mid-month. It was nice to have a Mashiro, but it just wasn't there because it had Love and Rose. Like, who wants to pull for that? This one here, the White Day banner, is going to go into Great to Summon on. Now, the main reason was it was a double chance banner. Most people didn't have White Day characters because they previously came back as a 3% banner, like the year before. So this year following, or the year later, when it came as a 6% banner, it was just great to pull on, right? You had like 9 new characters. No one had any fillers, so it was a good time to pull. It was also nice to see a White Day Okura, who was really good for the time, and same with White Day Byakuya. So it was pretty cool. I would like going forward if we stop having Cacao Society. I don't like Cacao Society anymore. I'd rather just have like Valentine's themed and actually White Day. Like I want to see my boy Aaroniero in a suit. I want to see who else? Yamamoto in a suit. Like I really like this Okura and Byakuya's design. And it's a shame that they kind of went for these ones, which I guess you might say is more hype, but I don't know. I prefer just the simple suit design. Moving into the Xmas banner or Christmas banner, we have this one, Great to Summon on. Riruka was hype. Rukia was, I think... No. Rukia actually, yeah. So Rukia was basically a better version of 1000-year Blood War Byakuya, which was funny. Like, same kit and not same kit, but they had a shield as a second strong attack. She had Frenzy, Byakuya didn't, and they both had 4 stamina damage. So, it was a cool banner to pull on, and also Ururu was also like one of the better characters in the game for the longest of time, so it was a good banner to pull on. This one with Yoruichi, Retsu, and Nemu, I'm going to put on good banner, but I'd rather save. I spent like 2.7k orbs to get Yoruichi, and that's the only reason why I even pulled, just to have Yoruichi in my collection. Nemu, not really the best. of characters, but she was cool. And Retsu is decent. I don't think I actually used Retsu outside of one Sankamon floor. Moving on, we have the OG Christmas banner. So this one had Honeybell and Zanpakuto as the new characters. This was very unexpected when this came out. I think I said the swimsuit banner was the first time Global and JP had a sync banner. But yeah, I think it was actually this one right here. So this one had Honeybell. Honeybell by far was like one of the best characters in the game. Her third strong attack was just OP for the time. And personally for me, I pulled her. She was my first seasonal character in the game. And by far one of my most fun to play characters in the game. And I really hope her resurrection is decent. Because I do want to use her often. I actually might play with her today. I really like her design. I'm biased here, obviously. But this banner for me was just so hype. Because we finally got a seasonal character that we didn't see coming. Previously, all the seasonal characters that we were getting, we knew were coming because JP already had them. So that's why this is in God tier hype. Pretty much the same reason why we got for the swimsuit character. Swimsuit banner. So next up we have the, last but not least actually, we have the Zanpakuto characters. Where do I put them? I didn't really care about them. This one was decent. This one was decent. This one was great to summon on. And this one was meh. So let's go over them real quick, and that's about it. This was actually the first Zanpakuto character. Sodane Shirayuki was really good in PvP. One of the better characters to use in PvP, so that's why she's this is why this banner is that high. These two didn't really make much waves. Honeybell was decently good in PvE and PvP. And this one right here, Captain Kyokatsu was good. This one came with Suzume Bachi, who was a 15 dodge character, so the only one in this game to date. And it came with the twins, the Kotawari? Kogyo no Kotawari? I think that's it. I can't remember. But yeah, I personally spent 4k on this banner and got none of them. So there you have it. There you have it. Omega God tier hype. God tier hype. Great to summon on. Good banners, but I'd rather save, meh, and sleep. Don't roast me for these. This is my opinion. You can have your own. If you did make it to the end, shout out to you guys. If you did skip to the end, you saved yourself 15 minutes, so there you go. Now, I was probably recording for like an hour and 10 minutes. I'm going to try and edit this down to like 20, 30, 40 minutes. Never doing this again. And for those that say you should have waited till tomorrow because we're getting the mid-month announcement, nah. We're done. Never again. This is the last tier list for a while. So here you go. If you guys did enjoy it, smash the like button, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.